Hi guys and welcome back to the Mindful Investing channel. Today I want to talk with you about another interesting stock in the microcap space called Potbelly. So let's jump right into it and let me give you a quick introduction and summary of Potbelly's business. Put simply, Potbelly is a fast food chain for sandwiches comparable to, let's say, Subway, but in my opinion higher quality. Also, if you look at the Google reviews for Potbelly stores, they are most of the time above 4 stars and therefore far out of reach for Subway stores. As of Q3 2022, Potbelly had a total of 434 stores, out of which 46 were franchises and 388 stores were outright owned by the company. Following this short overview of Potbelly's operation, let's now have a look at Potbelly's strategy going forward. If we look at Potbelly's 2024 strategy, the two most important points are that it wants to achieve average unit volumes, so basically the revenues of every single store, of 1.3 million, and it aims to refranchise roughly 25% of its own stores. Furthermore, Potbelly aims at getting to 2,000 total stores, which they want to achieve in the next 8 to 10 years, according to the earnings call, and which they mainly want to achieve through franchise growth. For investors, franchises are always of great interest because they enable growth without capital investment. So if Potbelly wants to open up a new franchise store, the franchisee comes up with the total investment and Potbelly just collects the royalties. Therefore, Potbelly should be able to return most of its cash flows via buybacks or dividends to its shareholders. After the review of Potbelly's strategy going forward, now let's have a look at its valuation. When we plug Potbelly's strategy into a simple financial model and try to forecast its free cash flows over the next couple of years, we get to a free cash flow of roughly $22 million in fiscal year 24. Even when assuming a 15 times free cash flow multiple, which is relatively conservative for such a fast-growing and capital-light business like Potbelly, we would get to roughly 2x upside potential. When assuming that Potbelly is able to execute on its growth strategy and to achieve a total of 2,000 stores in the next 10 years, Potbelly's free cash flow would grow to roughly $45 million in fiscal year 28. So if we assume a free cash flow multiple of 15 again, that would be a roughly 4x return from now to 2028, without even factoring in any capital returns, which should be likely because Potbelly just does not need the capital to grow if it continues to franchise. So before we wrap it all up, let's have a quick look at Potbelly's management team. Potbelly's current CEO is Robert Wright, who is in my opinion a fundamental part of the Potbelly investment thesis. Before joining Potbelly as a CEO in the midst of the COVID pandemic in 2022, he was EVP at Wendy's for more than 5 years, and also before his time at Wendy's collected a lot of experience in the franchising and fast food business. He also owns roughly 1.8% of the company and should therefore be aligned with shareholders. So that's it for today's quick overview about Potbelly and why it could potentially be an interesting investment. Please always do your own due diligence, your own research, and never trust a guy on the internet simply telling you to invest in something. Feel free to leave any of your questions in the comments and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Also, if you want me to do a more deeper dive into Potbelly, feel free to tell me so. That's it for today's video. See you next time.